Okay, so this screencast is the end of the urban game. You should have already grabbed a white piece of paper and drawn in, if we look at our sheet here, steps 1 through 13. We're talking about industrialization in this activity, so it's important that you follow the directions, draw in what you're supposed to, and feel how crowded this country is about to get. Let's continue. Round 14. It is 1838. Let's look at working conditions in the factories. Two predominant factories are textile and iron or steel. Working conditions in either of these two are appalling. Many workers contacted the deadly factory fever or white lung disease. It was probably a variety of lung ailments: cancer, tuberculosis, emphysema, etc. Other workers were injured on the job in factory accidents. There were no protective railings around huge moving mechanical parts of machinery. Children, weakened by lack of proper sleep or diet, stumbled into the machinery and were mutilated. Women's long hair came undone and got caught in moving machinery. Regardless, if you were unable to work, you were fired. There wasn't health insurance. There was always a daily line of unemployed workers waiting to fill jobs. You're going to add 2 hospitals and 1 cemetery here. Round 15. It is 1840. The need for quicker and cheaper transportation quickens. Coal, iron, finished products, raw materials must all be transported from one area to another. In Ireland in the late 1830s, a devastating potato famine drove hundreds of thousands of Irish to England. Here was the cheapest live labor possible to build more railroads. Round 16. It's 1842. By this year, several million acres of good English land has been enclosed and sold to private parties of large estates. Despite this misery this creates for England's landless poor, the economic benefits are obvious for the rich. These farmers purchase the newest power-driven machinery and can easily feed the working class of England, including the Irish. The small landowning farmer is crushed by the enclosed commons. They cannot afford the machinery and therefore cannot compete and grow food profitably. Thousands of these folk leave their villages, where their ancestors lived for hundreds of years, and move to towns and cities looking for work to feed their families. Some refused to leave, but took jobs working for the large landowning farmers. By the thousands they moved to the bleak, uninviting towns of the north and the new cotton mills. So now we are adding 20 houses, 5 tenements, 2 stores, 1 church, 5 factories, 1 pub, and 1 nice house. Round 17. It's 1850. There are no pollution controls, so the air in your community looks dark. Windows, walls, even trees are covered with layers of soot and coke. The river that once flowed through your quiet village for hundreds of years is now unfit for drinking, bathing, and laundry. A new disease comes to take the lives of people. Malignant tumors grow in people's bodies, and the term cancer is first used. The average life expectancy for the poor class is now 30 years of age. Your city is overcrowded and shrouded in smoke. The noise, the loss of privacy, the loss of family, shatters the peace of the old ways. Suicide rates double and triple. 1 cemetery, 1 jail, 1 hospital accommodate the victims of urban life. So now that we've reached the end of the urban game, I want you to consider the following. We've talked a lot about the positive things involving industrialization, but there were negatives as well, and I hope that this activity helped you see that. If we go ahead and jump back to today's lesson, I'd like you to take a minute to reflect on what you just experienced. Answer the question in the Google form, telling me about whether it was easy or hard to complete the game, your observations, and how cities changed. After that, I'm asking you to upload a picture of your finished results from your game to receive an easy 10 participation points. Some of you may have had trouble including everything in this game, and that's okay. I just need to know that you tried and need to see your busy city. So once you've answered the Google form and once you have uploaded your game picture, you're done. I hope you enjoyed doing something a little different today.